So I guess first things first that everybody likes to talk about and likes to see is these big old tires. So they're 42 by 13 and a half on 17s. They're Baja Bosses by Mickey Thompson. They're my first 42s. And so far they've been pretty good. I'm a big 40s guy. I do think that if I did it again, I'd probably go back to 40s just because I like a little more flex and a little more up travel. So with the 42s, it does limit a little bit of my up travel just because of the inch taller in height and stuff. Not the tires. It's just the size. I would totally do the 40s in these tires. So far they've been amazing. They wear great. The sidewall grip, the traction so far, everything's been really well on these. Haven't had any punctures so far, knock on wood. But if so, we always have, spare or plugs or something like that to take care of us. So, and then suspension wise, she's kind of a Frankenstein build. I didn't do like a off the shore kit. I did, this has just been modified over years of since 2010. So started out with hockey puck lift, 35s, and that was it. No lockers, no nothing. And we just figured out rock crawling. I was new to rock crawling in 2010, and I've slowly just, improved and gotten better. And I don't know if I'd call myself advanced, because a lot of people like to say that, but really, to my opinion, the advanced guys are the ones that are hardcore, break their stuff, and they repair it on the trail, things like that. I can do a little bit of that stuff to get me off the trail. I've always came back home safe. This thing has just been a rock star when it comes to getting me home. It even has the 3.8 in it that a lot of people don't like. They say it's a dog, but it has never let me down, ever. So I think it has to do with maintenance. I'm a big maintenance guy. I think if you maintain your stuff, they'll last forever and they'll treat you right. So this 3.8, man, she's bomb proof, no doubt about it. But back to the suspension. So it's got Falcons adjustables all the way around. It's got a 4.5 inch Clayton long arm kit on it, all the way around. Long arm kits, I am big on long arm kits. I think Clayton they are great. I love that you can rebuild all of their knuckles and things like that. The square tubing can take a beating. I've beat on this thing for years. I mean, we're talking probably I'd say 16 years this thing's been beat on, and the only thing that I've had to repair is bushings in my curry knuckles. So yeah, highly recommend Clayton. I did the body lift to get me more up travel, because like I said, I love to flex this thing out, even though it's kind of considered like a rock. I guess they call them rocklanders, because I actually crawl this, take it on trails. I can take it to the river. I can go fishing out of it, sleep in it. Pretty much everything that I want to do, I have built this for. Communication wise, lights, everything. The other thing is the anti-rocks. Anti-rocks that has totally made everything easier for me and less strain on my axle. Because before, with the disconnecting, reconnecting, you got to be on perfect ground. It just gets to be a lot. Where this, it's install it and forget it. Really, really like the big bore kit. That made turning these a dream, where before with 40s, turning in a stock gearbox and stuff like that, it was a fight. Where now it's effortless. I actually had to get used to driving this car all over again whenever I switched to the PSC Hydro Assist, because the steering wheel became so light and so kind of like, you know, touchy, that I wasn't used to it, to where I had to like muscle it, you know, normally, where this is like effortless now. So love PSC steering. It's great. It has the Ultimate Dana 60s underneath it, with 538 gears. I had to go with that just because she's still got the stock V6 in it, and she needs all the gearing that it can get. But she does well. Speed permitting, we're talking 65, 70, 80 mile an hour, whatever. I've never had an issue with anything like that. Hills, line yourself up for like big steep grades and things like that. But all in all, I mean, even hills, she still will run, you know, 65, 70 up a hill. She just, you know, she needs a little more love. And then bumper wise, we're doing, I went all aluminum. So it's Genrite bumper front, Genrite bumper rear, Genrite fenders. I think the rock sliders I've had since day one, they're the hard rocks. They have taken a beating. They're steel, but still, they for the protection, I have hit that so hard that it's literally crushed the tubing on it. And she still keeps going. So yeah, rock sliders, I really like those. She does have frame chop in the frame, so that a way I can get all of my turning, because I don't want it to turn like a tank. I want it to kind of turn more like, you know, like a normal Jeep. So I did do the notch kit where they notch out the frame, weld back in a gusset, things like that. Pretty much winch is the 12,000 pound Badlands winch. Everybody has their opinion on winches. So far, Badlands has never let me down. I had their old system, replaced it for this newer system, and the only reason why I replaced it is because I didn't service it, and it got a little rusty on the inside and kind of like, you know, just started grinding and things. But that, I had that winch for 5 years, maybe more. I had it for a long time. And then this one here, I think we're going on maybe like 2, 3, 4 years, something like that, for my Badlands winch, and she's still running strong for sure. Lights, these are Amazon kind of knockoff front lights. They're like the Baja Designs, but they're cheaper, and it was what I first bought when I first bought lights. And I'm one of those guys, why fix it? So these have done wonderful. The knob sights, I got knob sights front and rear, these projectors, and then Casey, their new Pro Series KC lights. They've been wonderful. I love them. The fact that they can do flood and they can do the dust light, like the amber kind of dust light, I love it. I would highly recommend those. I know the price is a little, you know, a little tough to swallow, but if I had to just pick one light, I would definitely go with that. On the side, I've got steps, so that a way I can get up on top to my roof rack and things like that, or just washing my car, or, you know, anything that you need to kind of crawl around and do stuff on your Jeep, I would recommend these for sure. I've had these since also kind of like day one. I can't even remember who makes them. I apologize for that. I'll look that up and put it in the description. But highly recommend Steps for sure. She's limit strapped, so that way, you know, she doesn't droop too much and tear things up. And then on top, we're running the Rhino Rack Maximus 3. It's an old unit. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The roof rack's been great. I put everything on there from boxes to I've had a tent on top to I've had Max Tracks to pretty much everything on this roof rack. I've even hauled lumber, plywood. This thing's like pretty much a truck. Like at this point, it's, you know, grocery getter, mall crawler, take it out for a bus for my kids. You name it, this car's done it. So I've got the Starlink on top. I've got actually a hammock. That is a foldable hammock rack on top because I love hammocks. I love camping. And I will show you guys that if you guys want to see it. It's made by a company called Adventure Hammocks, and they are wonderful people. Love their little setups. They have them for your hitch, they have them for your tire, pretty much any type of vehicle you can put their setup on it. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I'll be more than happy to set that up and stuff like that. So the hood, a lot of people, you know, notice that this is not a Jeep JK hood. This is actually a modded hood and a modified grill to make it look kind of like that 2026 kind of look. So it has that JL kind of look. I love this grill. I love the hood. The hood actually has a glass top. So one of these days we will replace the heart. She'll get a heart transplant, and you'll be able to see something, you know, something with a little more grr under the hood one of these days. So that's why I went with the glass kind of top hood, so that way you could see, you know, what I've done to that. Let's see, what else? I have so much on this thing, it's kind of hard to put in one video, but we're trying. So let me grab the camera and we'll take a look on the inside. All right, so now we're moving to the back. Like I said, knob sights in the rear with the amber covers that can actually change to clears or the blackouts if you want that, for highway safety and things like that. Triple Tri-Pro that has a camera in the front, camera down low to see the rocks, and then a camera back here. Also have a camera up top, so that way it's like a dash cam. Roto packs, and then my Motobilt propane carrier with my Ignic 10-pound bottle. And then in the back, it is pretty much goose gear with the drawers that slide. Love this setup. The goose gear did a phenomenal job. I pretty much had a DIY one for years. And then I kind of moved up to the, you know, the cool kids club, I guess, with goose gear. And I couldn't be more happier. Super nice guys, super awesome design. I love the locking drawer that just slides so easily. I'm still that guy that runs 12s in the back. I am an 80s kid for sure. For sure. We rocking the 80s, the 90s, the whole nine. So 12's in the back. My fridge slide, everybody knows Iceco pretty much, you know, has the game figured out as far as, you know, I've liked. I love Iceco fridges. I've had now 2 of these fridges and I'm looking at a 3rd. So just because I want a little bigger fridge space. But this is another thing that I've added is the tilting fridge to actually see inside my fridge, get what I need out. That has fixed a ton of issues when you have a Jeep on 40s or 42s and, you know, you can't see inside your fridge. So that is a awesome fix for sure. I have a Hookah Road attic that basically folds down. I keep my table, chairs, Devos light. I keep a shovel up there. I have my Max Tracks on each side. They're the smaller Max Tracks. I keep all of my recovery gear inside this drawer to where I can get it out really easily and quickly. There's a light for when I need a light for camping. My table in the back with a light. Love this back setup. I've modified it a few times and totally am in love with what I've done in the back. So, and then like I said, gin right in the rear, another backup camera. Because I do sleep inside, I tell people all the time, like, it is cool to have multiple cameras because in a way it's like security cameras. You know, we all want to be safe out there and things like that. So I would 100% recommend, you know, cameras all around your vehicle. Just, you know, if you're out here by yourself and, you know, wake up in the middle of the night or whatever and you hear a noise or something, turn your little wolf box on, see what's going on outside. Yeah, I mean, and there's a ton of brands out there, but I like the ones that I like. I have air trucks, front and rear. I have the smooth finish backup or brake lights and backup lights, so that way I don't bust them off on the trails, things like that. In the back, it's, like I said, it's a Dana 60, Falcons. You know, with the 60, it's got the big, huge brakes, all that good stuff for stopping and things, because, you know, you just, yeah, you know, you want to stop these big monsters running down the road and things like that. So, and then I keep my window covers here because, like I said, I sleep inside here. So covering the windows is for privacy and things like that while I'm out, also to keep some of the heat out in the summer. This will be one of many. I also have a trip that I want to plan to where I will be taking a trip. So it'll be a month-long trip, and I will leave out of California and I will actually head to all the way to the East Coast.